Alright guys, here with Weirdest, back with another video for you today. Today we'll be talking about two bags, comparing them. This is the Octothorpe on my left hand side, which is your right, and then this is the Pound Rufus on my right, which is your left. I've done comparisons of the Octothorpe with many other bags on this channel. However, I have not done a comparison of the Octothorpe with the Pound Rufus, so I figured I'd do a comparison to help anyone who's looking for a new bag determine which bag would be best for them. The way I do my videos or comparison is I go through each individual side, front, then side, then the back of it, compare the bags and how the compartments differ from one another, and then obviously there's going to be differences, but these bags do have different uses, and I'm going to go over why I purchased them, what were my intentions, what did I want out of them, what kind of usage I want out of them, and then I'll go over my my final thoughts. I'm also going to put discs in here so that you guys can see how the discs fit and how many discs are in here. Obviously the Rufus is going to carry a little bit less than the Thorpe because that's the whole point of this Rufus. And then from there I will go over what my final thoughts are and which bag is for what situations and for what kind of purpose. All right, let's go ahead and get started. You can see the putter pouch on the Octothorpe looks a little bit wider and bigger compared to the Rufus. So it's built differently in terms of the putter pouch. Up until this point, everything was very similar. The mini pocket holder is similar. Rufus has the pencil holders, but Octothorpe does not. And the main compartment, the Rufus is wider. Is narrow compared to the Octothorpe. And then the Rufus does not have the shockware at the bottom. So that's the front so far. We're going to go into the side now. And the side looks a little different, as you can see here. Now the interesting thing about the Rufus is that it can be asymmetrical with the side pockets, and I'll go over that later on in the video. So we're going to start off with if you're looking at the bag, we're going to start off with looking at the right side of the Rufus. The zipper goes down just like this, except it goes down really low. As you notice, it doesn't have an extra pocket on the outside of this side pocket, whereas the Octothorpe does. The Octothorpe has a long side pocket that runs the length of the bag. You can see it right here. And it also has this thing called a hull pocket. In this hull pocket, you can put extra discs or whatever you have in here, or you can put a cooler insert in here, an insulated insert. And that insulated insert is what helps hold your bottles. And I'll show you that when we get to the other side of this Octothorpe. But right now, this side of the Rufus has a zipper that goes down in the front here, and it also has another zipper that goes all the way down this far in the back. The reason for that is because if you open up this flap here, you can see there's a elasticated pocket here, and then there is an insulated insert that comes with the Rufus, and it goes inside this long pocket that we just opened up. The reason why these zippers go down like this is because if you were to take this insulated pocket out, and again, this is a different size than the Thorpe, and I'll show you that in a minute. Let me show you that right now so you guys can kind of see. The Thorpe and the Octothorpe comes with a slightly bigger insulated pocket. You can see that if I stack it. This one, for the Rufus, is slightly smaller than the one for the Thorpe. And the one for the Rufus actually is the same one as the one that goes in the Carlton. Alright, so let me go ahead and put that back. I'm actually going to put it on this side so that we look at everything's asymmetrical. And that's the cool thing about the Octothorpe, is that you can take this insulated pocket and put on either side of the hull of the bag using the hull pocket. Whereas this Rufus, you can only put it on this side. And I'll show you that in a minute. So like I said, if you take this out, the insulated pouch out, you have this now. You would fold this flap down like this to where the zippers end, and then you take this insulated pouch and you put it back in here, and now you have an insulated pouch for your drinks, and you have access to it without fighting with this flap. And that's why the Rufus was built like that. So it looks, some people like it. Like I said, it looks asymmetrical. So when I stuff this with stuff later, you're gonna see that this is gonna bulge out and this is just gonna miss this whole top half here. And some people don't care for it, and some people are okay with it. So that's just to keep in mind. The Octothorpe does not have that layout whatsoever. It just has the hull pocket for the insulated pouch for your water bottle. Now this side, you can actually put the flap down like this. It does have the zippers to unzip this, to zip this hull pocket up and close it. But if you open it up, you put this flap behind the insulated pouch like this. See, the flap goes in there. And now you have access to the water bottles on this side. Moving up from there, we have the pleated pocket right here. This does come with a patch. This Velcro patch is extra when you order a custom Octothorpe. And it has this pleated pocket. This will fit a rangefinder just fine. The Bushnell rangefinder, just fine. And then go ahead and zip that back up. As you can see, this side does not have that. That whole entire flap just folds down. So that's this side of the bags. Inside here, moving on from the Thorpe, from the hull pocket to the pleated pocket to this inside of the long pocket. This has two zippers. One zipper goes all the way down. There is a pouch here for pencils. So on the Rufus, the pencil holder is on the outside, and then on the Thorpe, it's on the inside of this long pocket. It also has this elasticated band here. This is to help hold an umbrella or a stool, and the umbrella would go all the way down alongside this long pocket, and it would feed right through this loop here to hold the umbrella in place. And that's pretty much the Octothorpe. Moving to the other side, I'm going to flip the Rufus as well. Moving to the other side, the other side of the Octothorpe is symmetrical, identical to the first side of the Octothorpe. It has a hull pocket, except this hull pocket doesn't have the insulated pouch because I took it out and put it on the other side. So it comes with one insulated pouch, each bag does. So it has the same flap, it has the same zipper, and it's just one empty pocket, so you can stuff more towels, socks, whatever, snacks in here, and you can close it up like that, or you can leave it down like this to access your items. The long pocket is the same, also has a patch. It also has a pleated pocket at the top here, again, to put more items. Bushnell rangefinder does fit in there. Or I use it for dry bags, honestly, because it's easy access. It's at the top, it's away from everything, and that's what I use it for. Again, this long pocket is an extended long pocket, meaning it's a little bit wider than a normal Octothorpe long pocket. So we open this up. Inside, we have an elasticated pocket, whereas the other side was a pencil holder and umbrella holder. This side is just one big elasticated pocket for phones. I use this pocket to hold my phone because the pocket ends right here, which means the phone doesn't go all the way down at the bottom, so I don't have to go digging for it when I need to keep score. I also sometimes use this for scorecard as well, scorecard holder. And then the rest of the pocket just goes all the way to the bottom, the length of the bag, or the height of the bag, I should say. So that's the Octothorpe. On this side of the Rufus, it's a little different. It has a pleated pocket. And just to let you know, this pleated pocket right here, you can get a custom patch now with a custom program for the Rufus. This pocket on the Rufus here, the pleated pocket, does fit a Bushnell rangefinder if you wanted to. I use it for dry bags. And then this pocket, the zipper behind it does not go all the way down or halfway down like this side does. It stops right here. The reason for that is because the front goes down to the length, same length on the other side. However, it opens up very similar to the Octothorpe. And this does not fold down. As you can see, I can't fold it down. So, and it's not a good idea to fold it down because you have this big pocket right here. And I think this pocket, this pleated pocket, might be a little bit bigger than the one on the Octothorpe. And this one, when you open it up, it has the elasticated pocket. But this elasticated pocket goes all the way the length of the big pocket. It doesn't stop halfway like the Thorpe does. And it also has this elasticated band here. This is to hold the umbrella. So this will hold an umbrella and a stool just like the Octothorpe. So just keep that in mind. Okay? Those are the side pockets of the Octothorpe versus the Rufus. If we go to the back of the bag, they both have the snap button here. These snap buttons is for your rainfly. The Octothorpe comes with its own rainfly size. The Rufus has a rainfly now and its own size as well. After that, everything else is the same. The straps are the same, and this back panel is the same. The straps on the Rufus is slightly narrow compared to the Octothorpe, and this part is also obviously narrow because the whole entire bag is thinner than the Octothorpe. So that's the only difference back here, is the fact that the Rufus is thinner. And that's pretty much the exterior of the bag and comparisons of the differences in the bag. Obviously the Rufus has different pocket layouts. I'm going to go ahead and measure this pleated pocket really quick because I'm curious now. This is about almost 6 inches. So we're looking at 5 3/4. And this pocket, we're looking at 4 3/4. So we're about an inch taller on the Rufus pleated pocket compared to the Octothorpe. But the Octothorpe has 2 of these pleated pockets, 1 on each side, whereas the Rufus only has 1. Okay, so that's the exterior comparison. I'm going to fill up with bags now. I'm going to fill up with disc, and so you guys can see the difference. Okay, we have the bags all filled up with discs. The Rufus itself does have some towels in here just to show you how full the pocket looks. And then it does have 1 bottle on this side, and the Thorpe does have a bottle on this side. I didn't really fill the Octothorpe pockets because it kind of stays open already compared to the Rufus. And then on top of that, these pockets are really personal preferences, so I don't really fill it up because you're gonna fill up what you want on your bag. So it doesn't really matter what I do. I would just rather show you the other pockets that are extras that aren't used for personal items. So let's start with the putter pockets themselves. On the Rufus, it does hold 4. When I first got the bag, it was really tight, so it was really difficult to put 4 putters in there. So I started putting 3, and then as the pocket stretches a little bit, then I was able to fit 4 in here. However, it's still a little bit of snug. So if you get the premium plastic, it will slide a little bit better. Like for instance, this is a premium plastic putter. I can slide it in here, but I do have to fight with it a little bit to push it down. If you get the non-premium plastic, like the standard plastic, and you were to pull it out and putt with it, and you can see it's kind of like pulling the other putters out. And you go to put it back in, it's a little bit of a struggle, a little bit of fight, unless you do this technique where you take the 2 discs and you spread it apart like this, and then you put the putter in. Otherwise, if you do like this and you try to fight it with the fabric, you kind of have to deal with the fabric itself. It's a little bit trickier. But like I said, this one, I'm able to do this because the pocket has stretch already. When you first get it, it might not fit 4 at all. It might only fit 3, and you'll have to get it stretched out a little bit over time before you can actually put 4 in here. The Octothorpe can fit 5 putters in here. I do have a zone in here, so it's a little bit flatter, but you can see there's more give. So if I fan it, the putters, see how much give it gives? It has, and I've seen people put 6 putters in this pocket. I'm comfortable with 5, and I don't need any more than that in my putter pocket. But yeah, I like the Thorpe because this putter pocket, number 1, it holds more, and I use a lot of putters during my rounds. Number 2, there's a little bit of give even with 5 putters compared to the Rufus. The Rufus, it's really hard, like there's no give here. If I try to fan it, it doesn't, the pocket itself doesn't give. So that's the putter pocket. You can see that the Rufus can carry 4, a little snug. Octothorpe carry 5 with plenty of room. I can probably put another one in here, put another 6 in there if you really wanted to. The main compartment itself, there are a good selection of drivers, fairway drivers, and mid-range and putters in here. So right now I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 14 discs in the main compartment, 4 at the top, that's 18. This will go to 20, so if I wanted to, you can actually add 2 more down here in the middle. And let me try and demonstrate that for you. I'm going to take 2 out of here just to put it here. These are just drivers. So if you carry more drivers, you're obviously going to be able to fit more in here. But so here, so you can see I just fit 2 more in there. Now it's really tight, and I can still put my finger in here and get it out. it's just very snug. So I say 14 is very comfortable down here versus 16. And I think 14 or 15. 14 is really comfortable, easy to get the discs on the Rufus. 15, it's a little snug, but it's manageable. And 16 is just tight. So right now it's 18. So this bag will carry 18 to 20. On the Thorpe itself, let me finish doing that. I forgot to put a mini up here, but you get the idea. The mini looks like this. It sits a little bit more seated down compared to the Thorpe itself. So I just want to show that difference. And then on the Thorpe, the main compartment are, let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. 18 the main, and then 5 at the top, that is 23. So we're looking at 18 on the Rufus, 23 on the Octothorpe. And this is with 6 putters, 4 mid-ranges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fairways, and 4 long-distance drivers. So I carry a lot of a lot of fairway drivers, mid-range, and putters. I only carry 4 long-distance drivers. So you can probably fit more than 23 in this bag. You can probably fit 25, 27 in the Octothorpe if you carry more long-distance drivers and less fairway drivers. So that's the disc capacity between the Rufus and the Thorpe. Moving on to the side pockets, we talked about the insulated pouch. This is how they look holding the water bottles. Obviously you can put some stuff in here as well. And then this is what the Rufus looks like when it holds a water bottle. This, I believe, is an 18 or 20 ounce water bottle. And this, I believe, is a 24 or 30 ounce water bottle. I can't remember, this is probably 24. So it does carry a little bit bigger. I believe this will still fit in the Rufus. It's just going to be a little snug. So you can see it fits just fine. It's just snug. Whereas this just slides out. And this has a little bit of friction. And this fits on the Thorpe just fine. It comes really out easily. And obviously the Thorpe with the little bottle, it comes out just fine. So that's what the water bottles look like on both bags. The back you've already seen. Nothing changed when I loaded it up. And then the side pocket here, obviously I can fit, I believe I fit like 5 or 6 towels in one of these. I fit a windbreaker on the other. I fit a rangefinder, one of the water sticks. I believe this is a quick stick that I have in the Rufus right here. So let's open up the Rufus. Before I open up the Rufus, the pleated pocket right here is the rangefinder. This is not a Bushnell Edge. This is a regular Bushnell Pro XE rangefinder. I like to use this because honestly, I bought it at a fire sale or something. It's a regular ball golf rangefinder, but I didn't want to pay for a disc golf one because I bought this, I believe it was an aftermarket sale or something. I don't remember. And I didn't want to pay money again. So I have this, and it's really big. It's bigger than your normal rangefinder, and it fits in this pocket just fine. It also fits in this pocket too. So let me just show that to you. So the Bushnell Edge is much smaller, and it will fit in these pockets just fine, as you can see. And then this pocket here, it has a quick stick. I just wanted to show you what it looks like if you had a quick stick in this pocket here. So that's why I have it in here. But obviously, I don't carry umbrella. I always get rain flies for these, and I just play in the rain wet. So I don't really care about myself. So I don't carry umbrella, so I don't have one to show you. But basically, it would look like this, and most umbrellas would stick out like this. And then in here is just a bunch of towels to stuff in here. So that's what the pockets look like. And let's put this rangefinder up here. Looks like. And on the Octothorpe, this pocket has a hull pocket, which means, so 22 to 25 between the main compartment and the putter pouch. If you want to practice and you want to have extra discs, this hull pocket will fit discs, just like that. Whereas the Rufus, you can use this pocket to put disc in here, and I will show you that right now. You can actually put your disc in here just like that. to carry extra discs if you don't want to put towels in there. So it is versatile. So if you want just to get amount of discs to go out and practice, this will go up to 22 just fine, maybe 25 if you use both pockets. So if I were to take this bottle out, and if I were to stuff this with discs, these are all the putters that were in the putter pouch here. If I stuff this all in here, it fits 4 putters in here on the Rufus insulated pouch bottle holder pocket. So it will carry a ton of discs if you're using it for practice, not a problem. Using it for tournament, then you'll have to probably use this to hold the water and this to hold any t-shirts, extra windbreaker or socks, things like that. But the nice thing about the Octothorpe is it has a dedicated pocket for dirty towels, dirty socks, which I've used this for that, or extra discs that you want to throw or use during water holes and you don't want it in the main compartment, or if you want to test out some new discs, this whole pocket is where the money is on Octothorpe. So that is my comparison of the Pound Rufus versus the Pound Octothorpe. There is a considerable difference in price as well. I believe this was $3.29 on the Rufus when I got it, and then this custom Thorpe was $5.65 or $5.70 on this Octothorpe. So you're looking at almost a $200, more than $200 difference. This has got all the options. It even has the zipper pocket right here for a scorecard holder. I don't know if the custom program has available right here for the Rufus. I believe it does, because I know Pound is huge on this extra zipper right here for your scorecard. But this was not a custom, this was one of the drops. If it was a custom, I want to say it was probably $350 for a custom, $350 to $400 for a custom Rufus. It's still cheaper than a custom Octothorpe. You're looking at $150 difference. So $100, $50 difference, you get more disc capacity onto Octothorpe. You have the hull pockets, which is versatile. It makes it where you can carry extra discs, extra towels, dirty stuff stays on the outside. It's away from the main pocket. Away from the long haul, the side pocket, the main compartment. So it does have its versatility, and obviously it's a bigger capacity. It carries anywhere from 20, right now I have 23, to possibly 30 discs if you use both sides. So you're looking at, you know, a huge capacity, like 10 more discs than what the Rufus can carry if you were to max it out. All right, so I just got done comparing the Rufus and the Octothorpe in terms of what it looks like on the outside, the disc capacity, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it on so you can see what each bag looks like on me. And then I will conclude with why I purchased the bags, and then I will tell you whether the bags have met my expectations in terms of what they are intended for. So I'll go ahead and put the Octothorpe on first. So this is what it looks like from the front. It does have the sternum strap, which both of them do. And this is what it looks like from the side. I am 5'1" female, so if you're taller, obviously it might sit obviously higher if you have a longer torso. But I just wanted to show you guys what this bag looks like if you were to wear the Octothorpe from the back, the front, and then from the sides itself. So that's what the Octothorpe looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and put on the Rufus now. Once again, the Rufus does have a sternum strap, just like that. And this is what it looks like from the side. Again, I'm 5'1" female. This is from the back. And this is from the other side. And this is back to the front. So this is what the Rufus looks like. Honestly, I love how the Rufus feels because it's so light. And yeah, it's great for little kids. It's great for short stature women like me. Okay, so that's pretty much the comparison between the Pound Rufus and the Pound Octothorpe. The reason why I bought these bags, number one, I'm a huge fan of Pound bags, and I like the Octothorpe because it's like the right size for casual rounds along with tournament rounds. So it was like a multi-use bag for me. I've tried the Carlton as well. And that bag is not, I'm not a fan of that bag for tournaments. It's great for casual, but not tournament rounds, and I wanted a tournament bag. So I got this custom with the zipper for the scorecard, and I do use it for tournaments where I do have to use a scorecard clipboard. So that's why I got the Thorpe. When the Rufus came out, I liked the idea of how light it is. I love the fact that it's a backpack style. I love the fact that it's the similar style as the Thorpe and the Hall that the Pound had. And then I just thought the putter pocket was intriguing. It's very similar to the Grip EQ bag, where the height of the putter is adjustable up and down, whereas on the Thorpe you just get one height and that's it. And if you don't put a lot of putters up here, it does flop around when you're walking, whereas on the Rufus, if you adjust the height properly, if you don't put, if you don't carry a lot of putters and you only want 2 up here, it doesn't really flop around as much, or even 3 doesn't flop. It's because the pocket is just that much more snug, and that snug characteristic of the pocket makes it feel like it's secure, so the discs themselves don't move around. With that being said, the main compartment's also the same. Like, I don't have to carry a lot of discs, and anytime I want to carry just 15 or 16 discs, the Thorpe, it would flop around and it would make a lot of noise, and sometimes it even falls out if it was top over, or it just falls out because it's just not enough rigidity, because there's not enough disc in there because the bag is just so big. So I purchased the Rufus because, number one, I was intrigued by the ballistic nylon, and I also was intrigued on the size and the asymmetrical pockets. That was all intriguing to me. I love the idea of a small bag for casual rounds, and I do use this for casual rounds, or I have used it in a tournament where it's at my home course, and I've played this home course multiple times, over 50 rounds a season. So it was one of those things where I know what discs I need to bring and what layout I was going to play at that tournament, so I didn't need to bring a lot of discs. I only need to bring like 15 discs, and the Rufus was just perfect for that, especially since I only live 8 minutes from the course and I don't need to bring a lot of stuff that's to put on the side pockets. So that was one of the main reasons why I bought the Rufus, and I really liked it. It does live up to its name of its lightness, and it's really comfortable. Like, honestly, it's comfortable by nature, because by nature it can only hold so many discs, so you don't end up stuffing a lot of discs in it, so it ends up being lighter overall. And it's comfortable because it's a backpack style that it's made right from Pound. And the material, I think a lot of the people that I run onto the course are more curious about the material. I do love the texture of it, and I love the sheen that it has. Some people don't like this, but I do. I think it's a cool aesthetic on the back compared to your normal Cordura. Don't get me wrong, this Cordura on the Thorpe is really durable and really neat looking, and the custom colorways on the Thorpe is amazing to me, and I love this colorway. But I just thought the ballistic was actually really cool. If I could buy another ballistic bag, I would. So back to the Rufus. My overall thoughts is that I really think the asymmetrical pockets is cool looking to me. I think it's unique. I like the fact that this pocket is multi-function. You can fold the pocket up, leave it up. I usually do it like this. I don't leave it down, because what happens is that I can get access to my water bottle just fine, and then I can have this pocket up so I can put a towel back here and still have it up like this, so that if there is a light drizzle, it's not going to get my towel wet and I still can have access to my bottle. So that's how I've been using this Rufus. And then I do like that the pleated pocket is big. I love how big this pocket is. And I do like that this particular elasticated pocket runs all the way down. So overall, I do like this bag for what it is and what its purpose, which is very lightweight for people who already know, either one, they're starting out, they don't have that many discs, and for beginners, it's a great bag. And the price point is actually, I believe it was $2.99, but this particular ballistic one was $3.29. But for the price point that it's at, it's still expensive, but the quality of it is the cheapest Pound bag you can buy in their lineup, unless you buy it used in the used market. But I like what Pound did with this bag. It's so comfortable, it's so light. The overall dimensions and the asymmetrical part of it makes it unique. And I've had compliments about this bag, even though it looks pretty simple compared to my Octothorpe. So yeah, I completely agree that this bag is made for a specific audience, and that audience is people who don't want to carry a lot of discs. Tall people might have a problem with this bag because it is short, so it might sit higher on their back, but because the bottom is soft, it's still going to be comfortable regardless of how you look at it. And they come in really different cool colorways now with the custom program. So overall, I'm really happy with the Rufus. The Octothorpe is nothing much to say. It's comfortable regardless, but whenever I do carry this, because I have so much capacity, I do tend to carry more discs than I do with the Rufus. So like right now I'm carrying 23. And so it ends up being overall heavier than my Rufus because I just inherently carry more discs because there's more space in it. I'm also testing out a lot of new discs and a lot of getting the bag ready for my tournament in 2 weeks, my first one of the season. So inherently it's having more discs right now because I'm testing out so much. So overall, it's gonna be a lot heavier than the Rufus. But I do like the hull pockets. I do like the fact that I can carry 32 ounce, or in this case 24 ounce, but you can go up to a 32 ounce bottle in here. I'm pretty sure this is 32 ounce. I don't know what the capacity is, but it holds a lot of water, a lot of ice. And I do like these the hull pockets where I've had muddy towels, muddy socks, swamp socks. It's just bad. It goes on this outside pocket. I've had my dog with me and the poop bag, she pooped in it. I had to air it out, so I had to leave this pocket open, put the poop bag in there before I got to a garbage can. So that pocket is just, this hull pocket is just super useful, and that's not something you can get with a Rufus. So this bag does have a purpose in my disc golf life. And so I do like this for specific situations, and I do like the Rufus for specific situations. So yeah, that's my overall conclusions. I would say my final thought is that this bag is for someone who does not have the kind of money to own multiple bags, whether it's Pound or any manufacturer. If you want just one bag and you need it for casual rounds, you need it to do test field work, you need it to do tournaments, then I would go with the Octothorpe. It's another $150 to $200 more than the Rufus, but it does everything you need for it to do plus more. And it does have a water bladder compartment. This actually does too. That's one of the things that this pocket, the reason why this pocket goes all the way to the bottom, is because you can actually put a water bladder in here and then feed the tube down the strap here. So it can be done, but when you do that, you're creating bulge into the pocket, and now you don't have room to put other things. So there's a give and take with the Rufus, whereas the Octothorpe, there is no compromise. It has its own pocket for the water bladder, and you still use the long pockets to put all your stuff in it, and you don't compromise anything. You don't sacrifice space if you want to carry extra stuff. So that was one of my favorite things about the Octothorpe. So it does have its use. The Rufus is nice for casual rounds. If I just want to throw a bunch of discs in there to go out and do field work and I just want the Rufus, it's perfect for that. And it holds my water bottles, it holds extra towels on a rainy day if I'm doing field work and it happens to be early in the morning and there's a lot to do. It holds all the towels I need. So yeah, overall they each have their own purpose. But if you were going to pick one bag and you have the money for it, I would do the Octothorpe. If you don't have the money for it and you have about $300 to $350 budget, and it's already a stretch for you, then I would just do the Rufus and learn how to work with it in terms of tournament setting, and then learn the course, and that way you can just bring the disc that you need. And what helps with this bag is that because of the capacity, it actually helps make your game better because you don't have so many options when you get up to the tee box or you get up to your live, because the bag is only going to give you 16 options to choose from versus 23 to 30. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Those are my thoughts. I hope you like it. If you have any other questions, please put it in the comment section. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.